Welcome to the Bible Stories with Gian channel. Imagine a leader so chosen, so beloved by God, that even after his death, a heavenly struggle broke out over his body. But why? Why would Satan himself wage a battle over Moses, a man whose journey ended centuries ago? Today we uncover the mystery behind this cosmic conflict and the legacy of Moses, a story that reveals more than just a fight. It unveils deep spiritual truths that can inspire us all. Our story begins with Moses, a man chosen by God for a mission that would shape history. Born in a time of fear and oppression, Moses was saved from death as a baby, floated down the Nile, and adopted by Pharaoh's daughter. But Moses never forgot his roots. When he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave, Moses' compassion turned to anger, leading him to kill the Egyptian and flee into exile. In the quiet land of Midian, Moses found peace and purpose. There he married, tended sheep, and found solace away from Egypt. But God had a greater calling for him. At the burning bush, Moses encountered the divine voice of God, who called him back to Egypt to deliver the Israelites from slavery. With the power of miracles, Moses and his brother Aaron faced Pharaoh, demanding freedom for their people. When Pharaoh resisted, God unleashed plagues upon Egypt, finally breaking Pharaoh's resolve and allowing Moses to lead his people out of bondage. In the wilderness, Moses faced both triumphs and trials. He witnessed the miraculous parting of the Red Sea, which saved the Israelites from Pharaoh's pursuing army. As they journeyed through the desert, Moses became a mediator between God and his people, delivering God's laws, including the Ten Commandments. He stood as a symbol of faith, leadership, and resilience, guiding a nation on a journey to the Promised Land. But it was here, amid his greatness, that Moses made a mistake, one that would ultimately bar him from entering that very land. As Moses neared the end of his journey, he led his people to the edge of the Promised Land. God instructed him to speak to a rock to provide water for the thirsty Israelites. But Moses, warned by the constant demands of the people, struck the rock instead, claiming the miracle as his own. In that moment, Moses showed a rare glimpse of human frailty. For this, God decreed that Moses would see the Promised Land from a distance, but would not enter it. Moses climbed Mount Nebo, where God showed him the vast land of promise stretched out before him. There, in a quiet valley in Moab, Moses breathed his last. The Bible tells us that God himself buried Moses, a rare act of divine care and love. Yet the location of Moses' grave remains a mystery to this day, protected by God from human knowledge. But why such secrecy? This is where our story takes a mysterious turn. According to ancient scripture, after Moses' death, an intense struggle unfolded between the Archangel Michael and Satan himself. Satan sought to claim the body of Moses, but for what purpose? Some suggest that Satan aimed to use Moses' body to lead the Israelites astray, to turn them toward idolatry, much like the golden calf incident. By possessing the physical remains of their revered leader, Satan might have tempted them to worship Moses rather than God, diverting their faith. Others believe Satan wanted to accuse Moses of his past mistakes, to taunt God with Moses' sins, and to deny his right to rest in peace. But the Archangel Michael stepped in, defending Moses not with harsh words but with humility, saying simply, "The Lord rebuke you." In doing so, Michael reminds us that our strength against darkness comes not from our power, but from God's. This heavenly struggle is a reminder that Satan's cunning knows no bounds, but ultimately, God's wisdom and sovereignty prevailed. Satan's schemes failed, and Moses was laid to rest by God's command, his body kept hidden from all, a symbol of divine protection and reverence. The story of Moses doesn't end with his death. It leaves us with a powerful message. Moses' life was filled with awe-inspiring miracles and moments of vulnerability. He was a man of faith, yet flawed, a leader who persevered against all odds. The conflict over his body is a testament to his extraordinary relationship with God, a friendship so deep that even in death, God kept him safe from Satan's schemes. In Moses, we see that greatness in God's eyes isn't about perfection. It's about a willing heart, humility, and the courage to follow God's call even when it's hard. Like Moses, we too may face struggles and confrontations in life, moments where we may feel our weaknesses keenly. But this story shows that, in the end, God's love and purpose are greater than any obstacle, even the schemes of Satan himself. So, as we reflect on the life of Moses, let us remember, no matter the challenges or the opposition, we too can trust in the God who is always one step ahead, guiding, protecting, and calling us onward. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the powerful story of Moses. His life reminds us that no matter our flaws or the battles we face, God's purpose for us is unwavering. The mystery of the struggle over his body teaches us about the depth of God's protection and love, even beyond death. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more revelations and insights into the mysteries of the Bible. Until next time, may you walk in faith, strength, and purpose.